Hello all. Today we are going to talk about complexity classes. Basically the class P, the class NP, the class NP complete and the class NP hard. Almost all the algorithms we have studied so far have been polynomial time algorithms. Their worst case running times are expressed as big O of n to the power of k, where k is some constant and n is the input size. But does that mean one can solve all the problems in polynomial time? Well, the answer is no. There are some problems that can be solved, but not in polynomial amount of time. Also, there are some problems that cannot be solved at all by any of the computer, like the Turing's famous halting problem. Tractable or easy problems are those that can be solved by polynomial time algorithms. On the other hand, those that require super polynomial time are hard or intractable. For example, we have seen polynomial time algorithm to find shortest path between two vertices in a graph, whereas finding the longest simple path between two vertices, it is difficult. Today we are going to talk about P class, NP class, NP complete class and NP hard class problems. But before starting with the discussion of these classes, let's talk about a few things. First is decision versus optimization problems. If a problem belongs to a category of optimization problem, then each possible solution has an associated value which has to be minimized or maximized. For example, the problem of finding a shortest path. But the notion of NP completeness does not apply directly to these problems. Instead, it is associated and confined with another problem category known as decision problems, where the answer comes out to be yes or no. In fact, a given optimization problem can be casted as a related decision problem by imposing a bound on the value to be optimized. Again, talking about the shortest path problem, then provided a graph G and vertices U and V, does there exist a path from U to V consisting of at most k edges? So here the answer is yes or no. To solve this problem, we have to first find the shortest path and count the number of edges in the path. So basically, it is a simple problem and it's not that hard. So, in summary, if an optimization problem is easy, its related decision problem is easy as well. Since the notion of NP completeness has more significance for decision problems, one can also say that if we can provide evidence that a decision problem is hard, we also provide evidence that its related optimization problem is hard. Overall, the theory of NP completeness often has associations for optimization problems as well, even though its attention is confined only to decision problems. Now, starting with the complexity class P, that is polynomial time solvable problems. These are those problems that can be solved in polynomial time even in the worst case. The complexity of such class of algorithms is expressed in the form of n to the power of k for input size n and some constant k. So basically, it's a set of easy problems. And It includes all the problems which we have covered in this course so far. Here are few examples from the P class. The next class is class NP, where the term NP means non-deterministic polynomial time. Problems that belong to this class, though, cannot be solved in polynomial time, but they are verifiable in polynomial time. That means knowing the problem and we are provided with a solution, then one can verify in polynomial time if the given solution is correct or incorrect. For example, the Hamiltonian cycle problem. Here we have to generate a cycle which is passing through all the vertices in our graph. It is an NP problem. But if we are provided with a sequence of vertices, then in polynomial time we can verify if the given sequence is forming a Hamiltonian cycle for the given graph or not by checking if the vertices in sequence are actually adjacent to each other or not, and then lastly by checking the adjacency between the last and the first vertex. All these checks can be performed in polynomial time. Hence, it is verifiable in polynomial time, thus an NP class problem. Similarly, there is 3CNF satisfiability problem, which is an NP problem again. By 3CNF, we mean a Boolean formula in 3 conjunctive normal form. That means the formula has and, of, clauses, of, ors of exactly 3 variable or their negations. So, if we are provided with the values of all the variables appearing in 3CNF, then in polynomial time we can verify if the given assignments are satisfying the given 3CNF or not. After looking at these two classes, the next question that comes is class P a subset of class NP? Is class P a proper subset of class NP? Or is class P equals to class NP? Well, there is no answer to all these questions. It's still an open question. You may find studies supporting P equals to NP as well as those which says P not equals to NP. So basically, it's still a topic of research. Next, there is a class NP hard. That means we are talking about the hardest problems. Actually, the moment we say NP, we are talking about how hard a problem is instead of how easy it is. And NP hard signifies the hardest NP problems. So first, let's try to understand what this equation is representing. So basically, L2 is known beforehand and L1 is the new thing we are working with. It says L1 can be reduced to L2 and this reduction can be done in polynomial time. Also, if we know that L2 is hard, then by writing this equation, we mean L1 is not more than a polynomial factor harder than L2. So, defining NP hard now, a problem is said to be NP hard if every problem in NP can be reduced to it in polynomial Here we have written L dash is polynomial time reducible to L, where L dash is representing all the problems in NP. The well-known Turing's halting problem falls in this category, which says that given a program P and input I, will it halt? For this problem, there exists an accepting algorithm, but no decision algorithm exists. Lastly, there is an NP-complete class of problems. So basically, if a problem is NP as well as NP-hard, then it is NP-complete. That means a problem that can be verifiable in polynomial amount of time plus all the NP class problems can be reduced to this problem, then that particular problem is known as NP complete. And the knowledge of this class of problems is necessary, as if we are working on some problem, say X, and we are unable to get its solution, then one can try to reduce any known NP complete problem to this problem X and done with that proof. So, the first NP complete problem is the circuit satisfiability problem, in which one has to determine whether a given Boolean circuit has an assignment of inputs that makes the output true. Now, the final note is, if any NP-complete problem is polynomial time solvable, then P is equals to NP. Equivalently, if any problem in NP is not polynomial time solvable, then no NP-complete problem is polynomial time solvable. In simple words, if we have a polynomial time solution to any of the NP-complete problem, then actually we have found the solution to all the NP-complete problems. But as the research says, no polynomial time algorithm has yet been discovered for an NP-complete problem, nor has anyone yet been able to prove that no polynomial time algorithm can exist for any one of them. A few believe that P is equals to NP and a few supports P not equals to NP. Accordingly, the two possible relationships among the four complexity classes, that is P, NP, NP complete and NP hard, are shown here. And with this, we have completed this topic. Thank you.